congratulations on next fall.
Thank you so much.
Now, this has been a big trip off Broadway. It was, you know, constantly sold out and extended, and instead of them saying, well, what next was move it to Broadway.
Right. Could you believe? I couldn't believe it. I play the mom who was the worst mom ever. I mean, she abandoned the kid. She was a big druggie. She really hasn't gotten,
Mom?
you know.
No.
She was. Hi, hon.
Is it you?
It's me. Back. Do you have anything? Are you holding?
Yeah. Now, before this started, she was talking about dirty martinis. So, are you all right, Connie?
I'm fine. Just excited. No, she really is the worst mom ever, and she gets jerked up out of Florida to come because her son's in trouble, and she kind of has to face the regret of not having been a mom when there's a good chance that she might lose her son. So, and if she can actually come across and be a mother in the end. I love this part.
Now, I want to ask you about the movie. Thank you for smoking.
Yeah.
Now, in the movie, though,
Yes.
nobody physically put a cigarette in their mouth.
Oh, I know.
What is...
He wouldn't let, no smoking, he wouldn't let, Sam Elliott played my husband in Thank You for Smoking, which is why, you know, I was so delighted to do it because I think he is a hunk of burning love. And he wanted to wear, you know, an oxygen mask and drag a tank around with him because he was the Marlboro Man. And I thought that was a great idea. And Jason said, no oxygen mask.
Well, thank you for smoking. Thank you for bringing next fall to Broadway. And thank you for stopping by AP Red.
Thank you for having
Patrick?
Connie? Yes.
Heusinger?
That is correct.
Thank you very much.
I have a very tough last name to pronounce.
Well, it's
it
like
was like
there's
Hausinger,
consonants
Husinger.
and
Yeah.
Where
Vowels.
are you from?
It's Irish, German, Patrick, and then the Heusinger or Heusinger is very. Yeah,
You sound like a beer.
It kind of spits in your face.
I know.
Yeah, I do. I sound like a dark draft.
About your character, Luke. Is it hard for you as an actor to like come onto the Broadway stage and play a gay role? Like, do you find is that old-fashioned to think that it's a stereotypical, like, it's going to ruin my career as an actor?
No, I think that's foolish and silly for anybody to ever think of. I'll tell you, my first experience reading it, when I was auditioning, I read the play, I closed it, I called my mother, who I never speak to about auditions at all, and I said, Mom, I think I've just read the most beautiful play I may ever read. And she said, what's it about? And I told her, and she said, what's your character like? And I told her, and I said, I have to do this. Luke is the sort of role every actor hopes to be able to play. I mean, the gamut he gets to run emotionally, behaviorally. You're in a love relationship. You're trying to find support from your family. I mean, there's so much that goes into it that you get to harvest as an actor, and it's an unbelievable opportunity. And I think an actor would be a fool to ever look at this role and say, oh, it's not something I want to do.
You've done some TV. What's that little show?
I forget
Gossip Girl.
Right.
That
Yes.
Minor little talked about show
thing.
here and there. And then you went and did Spam-A-Lot.
I did. I was actually doing Spam-A-Lot when Gossip Girl came about. I was on the road. I think I was in like Albuquerque, New Mexico or something. They called and they're like, you need to get back to New York. You're going to do Gossip Girl. I was like, okay. So
how is that? Like bouncing from stage to screen to...
It was very fun. I mean, that was my first, I had done film prior to Gossip Girl, but I'd never done television. That was my first venture into the small screen. It was very exciting for me. I'd gone from playing these incredibly broad characters, very goofy, silly people where you're making up something every single night, to going to very intimate, very serious character who was sexually stifled and repressed, and then, you know, expressing it in very odd ways, as I think the audience came to know.
Thank you, Patrick. And in your character, go Jesus. And we'll see you at the Helen Hayes Theater opening night on Broadway.
Yes, looking forward to it. And
Great.
I'll talk to you then.
All right. So the cast keeps dropping by our little table here from next fall, and we've got Maddie CORMAN, who is going to be playing, or has been playing Holly, from off-Broadway now to the big stage at the Helen Hayes Theater.
So exciting.
Congrats.
Thank you.
What's the downtime like?
There is no downtime. I mean, I have friends who loved the show off-Broadway, and they said, well, what are you doing now? What are you... And we really are deep in rehearsal again. we know we've run the play. The playwright and the director have seen the play, and as great as it was, they want to make it better. So we're just deepening things, tweaking things here and there. We're in a rehearsal room now, rehearsing right now. Right. I'm a hologram.
How weird.
But starting next week, they're going to load in our set, and we'll be on the stage, and so there'll be some adjustments. Although the Helen Hayes is such a beautiful and pretty intimate small theater for Broadway, so it's not as big a shift as we thought it was going to be. So, but we'll have to make certain adjustments. We're not used to not all sharing a dressing room and having this much space backstage. So,
are there actual rewrites occurring? And
yes, I wouldn't say they might be so small that people who've seen the play might not even notice, but it's mostly about deepening scenes and telling the story more clearly.
Well, a topic like the script, you know, you've got a relationship that happens to be two men, and you know, one's, you know, you throw religion into anything, and it's like, ooh, chatty, I'm staying away from that.
It's
religion and politics, you don't talk about.
And money, but I think religion. It's really, I never thought about it in terms of it being such a private issue before, but even doing some interviews now about the show and people asking about faith, it's a very personal thing, and it's very touchy, and it's very, you don't want to offend people, but you want to keep your own beliefs and state what you believe, and it's tricky, and this play really touches on, in a very fair way. One reaction, you know, we've been running the play for a while, so I'd come out and my brother-in-law came and I was like, what'd you think? And he couldn't speak. And I was like, uh-oh.
Right.
and he was really, truly just so moved, and he had just had an experience of losing someone, and it just touched something in him, and so I was like, you hated it? He said, no, leave me alone.
So nice to meet you.
It's really nice to meet you, too. You're hilarious.
No, you are.
Oh, thank you.
And I like your teeth a lot.
My teeth enjoy you.
Come chat. How much of that is you in this show?
You know, I think there's a lot of me all over that show. You know, I've oddly always been fascinated by faith. I don't know why. I just, I didn't grow up with any kind of organized religion.
Well, in writing in particular, not, or in general, do you actually like sit at a Mac or a PC, or do you like hand write?
I do. I write on a Mac. I actually write. That's an interesting question. You know, I write longhand sometimes initially first. I'm writing for a TV show out in LA, and I'm one of the few, I think, who writes longhand first. And then I take that and then I put it into the computer and start messing around with it. But
are you specifically talking about putting words into Sally Field's mouth?
Yeah, I got to put those words into Sally Field's mouth.
Writing for brothers and sisters,
yes,
by the way.
Yeah, writing for all of those amazing actors.
So is it different, or how different is the process, writing for stage versus TV?
It's it's extremely different. And I've been so grateful to have had both experiences this year simultaneously. So to be ensconced in that world out in LA where it's very collaborative, meaning, and I love collaboration, don't get me wrong, but meaning that everyone has a hand in it, you know, and ultimately it's your, you know, in the end, your single voice. So.
Well, plus too, in television, at the end of the show, the credits roll so fast, you don't even get to see your name. Now it's stuck right on that marquee at the Helen Hayes Theater.
I know, so.
You can't hide from this one.
Yeah, totally.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
It's
you.
been an amazing journey for all you guys, and I cannot wait for opening.
We're thrilled. Come see it.
Well, I hope you guys had fun. It is me, Jason Drew, signing off for the moment. I hope you had a good time. Next fall, the cast, so much fun. It sounds like a beautiful show. Cannot wait. March 11th, it opens on Broadway at the Helen Hayes Theater. Take some time, come to New York, see a great, great Broadway play. It's Jason Drew for AP Red.